Hello, fellow errants, and happy 4th of July to you guys. I am actually in St. Louis, Missouri right now, just kind of in a holding pattern. So, what I'm looking for, and the reason I'm posting the video, is I'm actually trying to find somebody who has, as crazy as it sounds, a lot of skill set in astrology. I talked to Square Peg, and she did an isometric projection for me and definitely came up with, we're kind of hitting right inside the ballpark. She came up with September, October being very good months from what she could see. I asked Jason if he had time, he could do the same thing. I haven't heard back, but that's understandable. He's busy. So this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to actually pin it down from a month to a day. I'm thinking the end of September, and I think we'll go ahead and do one this year instead of waiting a year to do it. Might as well get it while the getting's good. Right now, my plan is to have a Zoom with a laptop and a moderator, so that way people who are watching via Zoom can actually ask questions, participate in the group conversations. We've pretty much got the group conversations as far as Jessica and I think we're in agreement on, we're going to do isometric projection, a little bit on the Phoenix, obviously the preservation that I mentioned, the Immortal Within stuff. There was a couple other things that came up that were really interesting. I'm going to save those for later, but just incredible brainstorming from Square Peg, man. She's a genius. Love that girl. So we're kind of getting the bones fleshed out, and we also kind of want this thing to develop organically. So in the aftermath of the event, we're going to try to dial it in a little bit better for the second year. Right now, I'm trying to get a hold of the gentleman that that's in Florida. He's an audio engineer as well, and I'm trying to get the details on how we're going to hit it with both a Zoom and also a live event. The live event should be pretty easy, and then once I can get a date pinned down, then I can call the Texas Department of Parks and Recreation, find out about book out, get some solid pricing numbers on that. And then once I can actually get the baby that far, and we've got a date set and we've got a venue set and everything's looking good, then I think what we'll do is take a head count and see who can make it in the real world. Even though there's 10,000 people in the group and 22,000 subscribers to the Archaics channel, I still kind of feel like we're probably going to get a pretty small turnout the first year, which is okay. But I want to try to do the production and the audio end of it as high end as possible. And again, the reason for the video is it's really super important that we get the dates picked correctly for maximum effect, maximum constructive effect. You know, the Bolsheviks used astrology when they took over Russia. Yuri Lina wrote a book on it a couple decades ago now called Under the Sign of the Scorpion, and that I was already pretty aware of that whole deal, but it was a real eye-opener, and maybe planning down to the day seems to actually have an energetic effect, and considering the nature of what this thing is that we're in, it responds to that type of thing. So I want to dial the date down. So I'm asking anybody who knows someone who has this skill set. I'd like to get about 4 or 5, maybe 6 people trying to pin it down and compare notes and see if there's congruity between these different people, and just kind of see what pops on that. But I'm hoping to get all the initial planning stages done by the end of this month. I'm working full time. I'm in my semi like I always am. I live in this thing. And then I'm going to go to Las Vegas next weekend to pick up a new motorcycle that I bought. But so in between all these little busy life things and having time with my wife at home, I want to try to get all this initial business wrapped up, get the planning stages finalized, and then start bugging Jason to promoting this and start to try to get this thing out there. One other thing that came up in the conversations with both Jen and Jessica is the idea that maybe if there are going to be errants attending from further afield regionally, like the Northwest, the Southwest, etc., that maybe we can try to set up some sort of ride share scenario that's not going to be miserable for everybody, but we can get people who really want to come, get them down here. And then I also will take personal responsibility not only for the organizing and the audio visual. I'll probably MC the events just to kind of keep things on track. It's early to say that, but I'll also take the personal responsibility to try to figure out how to do a shuttle service. So if there are, on the rare chance that people are actually going to fly in, that they've got a way to get from Houston up to Livingston, Texas. So that's it. I just want to keep it short and sweet. So please, if you guys know anybody that's actually worth their salt in astrology to help us pick a day, let me know. Thanks, I appreciate you guys, and I'm getting increasingly more pumped about planning this event. So I'm really liking the conversations that I've had with the other errants. Really great group of people, and I'm super stoked, and I'm really hoping that this translates to everybody having a very rich experience. So thanks, appreciate you guys.